Welcome back to episode 25 of Titan. So last time we got the shell of the substation built, made good progress, and I'm going to continue with that, but before we do, I do want to check something. I have a suspicion, yes, that we are running out of water, and I think that's exactly the problem here. Oh no, it doesn't have correct. Right, okay, hang on. Glad I checked. This is actually more of a problem than I expected. Let's see what the issue is here. Not enough CO2. Okay, well that should be fixable by leaving that door open for a bit, because there's more CO2 in here than there is. There's not much though, is there? In there. And I can vent that tank. That will help a little bit more, but not very much. Okay, so we've got too many plants is the simple answer. Let's clear the dead ones. I may need to harvest the live ones before we lose too much more. I'm also seriously concerned. I think we've lost all the wheat. About the... yes. Right, okay, who's looking sickest? Definitely the potatoes. I'll take the seeds. And I'll take the seeds out of you. And I'm going to harvest that one just before it dies. Right, and that one is the same. Yeah, these are sad potato plants. Yeah, oh dear. Ran out of CO2, which I was concerned could happen. I actually was coming in here to check the water. I'm glad I did. We had a different problem than I expected, but no matter. We can recover. It's annoying because that was quite a few plants, but we can recover that. Those soybean actually look like they really don't care. That one is looking sad as well, isn't it? I'm going to have to harvest it, I think. Although it's not red anymore. Is the health going down still though? I think it is. I think I'd rather harvest it now. That one I'm going to leave. It might just make it. And I'll pop a couple more in. But before I do that, let's check the thing I came in here to check, which is how much water have we got left in this system? Okay, we've got 73 litres, so actually the answer is tons. That's fine. Okay, well, the issue is CO2, which I always knew was a long-term issue. I just didn't expect to run out quite yet. I thought what we'd done over here was enough, but I don't think we've generated enough cool enough CO2. We've got a fair bit of hot CO2 the other side. This pipe's a nightmare, isn't it? Come on. There is nothing in that pipe. Right, so that is a bit of an issue. There we go. Alright, well, I think that one might even be recovering slowly. Wonder whether it's worth harvesting at least one of these. I'll harvest the one in this corner. It's in a different place from everyone else anyway. Okay, right, alright, so that's going to become an issue. Let's do that. Okay, at least I've got some wheat and I've got wheat seeds. Right, we'll keep that fridge there. Okay, alright, well, not great, but not as catastrophic as it could have been earlier on, and I caught it in time to save at least some of the seeds, so I guess I'll take it as a disaster averted moment. However, that is absolutely going to kibosh my oxygen production. So let's just check how we're looking. Oh, we've got 40 MPa in there, so we've got a reasonable amount. Okay, I think the key thing now is, let's go and check the gas annex. Go and see about recovering the rest of that CO2. We did do quite a big burn last time, so you know, hopefully that means that we've got some reasonable amount of CO2. It's probably just much too hot. Right. Let's vacuum this out. Yeah, in fact there's 500 moles of it in there if I can just get at it. That's at 189 degrees still, it's over 100 degrees in here, that is bad. Or even that buffer tank's too hot now, we're going to have to shut that off or we're going to have all sorts of problems. Probably the same with that one now, to be honest. Not that there's really any oxygen left. This is going to be an interesting problem though, because the oxygen in that tank filler is also... Oh, we've got some back in the main hab. Okay, alright, so not great. I mean, these have done what I wanted, which is to buffer that temperature rise. But this is just not cooling fast enough, which is a surprise really, considering I suppose the issue is, I wonder whether I'd be better off blowing it through. Oh, that's a one-way valve, isn't it? It doesn't have to be a one-way valve. Could be a normal valve. Could be a one-way valve that goes that way, and then I can blow it through, which I think will probably, I don't know, let's find out. Might cause it to condense in there, but it's pretty hot at the moment, so... Don't know whether that'll bring the room temperature down faster or not. That's cold enough though, so... Now, apparently I need that in my hand to see the energy transfer. Okay, well that's transferring 11.3 kilojoules, which is quite a decent amount. We could speed it up by adding a second one, but... This in here is at minus 130. It's definitely taking temperature out, but... Let's just check it's not going to blow that part. No, that's sitting reasonably happily, actually. Alright, I'm going to run it this way. I think this is more efficient. That's my only real concern, is that I don't bust the pipe. 667. Wonder if... Got any more pipe over here? Probably not. No. I was thinking we have a second vent. If I had one more piece of pipe, I could repurpose that vent there. I don't think I do. Not really. Not without breaking something else that I don't really want to do at this point. Okay, alright, fine. Well, I guess we'll just leave that running. $109. It's got a lot of heat to dump. Tank's at 176. It's not really going down as fast as I'd hoped, I have to say. What have we got left in there? There's still hundreds of moles in there. Maybe the best thing is just to try and transfer it through a bit faster and just be done with it. And then try and clean up the mess. No, I think I'm going to put a second heat exchanger on here. I'll have to take that wall out, but to be honest, it's not really there for any reason anymore anyway. Is that a proper wall? It is. I'll have that. Get those out of the way. Oh yeah, there was this, wasn't there? Has this still got... Oh, it's got CO2 in it. I'd quite like that CO2. It's not much, but... quite nice about now. Right. Don't need another filter, I thought we did. That can go over there anyway, at least it's in the right place. Oh wait. That was useful for working gas though, no, we'll leave that. Okay, don't think I've got any more walls left in here, I think I've used them all. Oh no, there we are. Take those, we can use them in the substation, that's useful. Nothing else lying around in here. No, right, okay. Except the rest of the plastic sheets. I thought there should be 8. Good. Alright, well at least I can make use of those. I think we need another heat exchanger in here reasonably soon, because this is really not happening, is it? Otherwise I'm going to have to start letting Titan atmosphere in, which is also an option. I mean, that would cool it reasonably quickly, let's be real. I wonder what would happen if I just let a controlled dose of this stuff in like this. What's that do to the overall temperature? Oh, actually, that took a good 20 degrees out of it. Well, maybe not. It takes time to balance. No, it took about 20 degrees out. Okay, well, that's possibly a quicker solution. I'll need to ultimately revent some because we're getting a little bit too high pressure, but what's that done to us? Okay, that's definitely coming back into a more sensible. Okay, this is not a long-term approved solution to this problem, especially since we really do want to take the volatiles out of the atmosphere in that room, but it will do for now. I need a better way of dealing with heat spikes. Right, I reckon this one will be enough to bring it down to a reasonably sensible temperature. Bear in mind there's a lot of heat stored in these tanks still, so it's going to just start ticking back up again, but hopefully we can start to win the race at that point. Okay, that's convecting a positive number, so it's cooling down, yes. That's cooling down. I mean, obviously by so doing it's heating the atmosphere, but I'm hoping as it reconvects, this system here will sort it out faster. Right, and then probably what I want to do is actually just have a mechanism to strip some of the volatiles from the atmosphere in here and pipe them straight into the system. Just keep the nitrogen. It's a pretty simple setup, isn't it? From here I just need an extra atmospherics unit that dumps into there. Okay, that's cooling down anyway, so that's a start. Try and lose a little bit of... we'll worry about that later. Put it on the list of things I'm never going to get around to fixing. Right, okay. That's fine. At least that's vaguely under control. Okay, let's get back to the job that we were going to do this episode, which is to sort this place out. Now, last time I was trying to dump the atmosphere from in here by pumping out through there, but I realised that I might have more luck actually having that running. Okay, so at the moment you're like, what the hell's the point in that? It's sucking from here and dumping in there, which will just blow back. But when I shut that and open the outside, it will actually drop some atmosphere. Right, so I'm going to put this along here. I'm going to have a door so I can access it, and I'll put that on there. There we go. A bit of structure starting to come together. Oh, come on, get on there. There we go. So there'll be another door there, and then we're going to use this as an access tunnel, and probably somewhere along here I'm actually going to take a frame out and go downwards, because once we build an underground, that's going to be very useful. Now this is already fully charged, so that's quite good. See how that looks. Right. Okay. Let's shut this. So this pressure should start going up in here. This is obviously going to be limited. Actually, no, it's not even going to do anything, is it? Because its external safety is set to 101. I can't be bothered to wire that up. We'll just be better off doing it this way. Wire it up and override the external safety. That would be effective, but let's just try and dump some pressure. Good until that starts heavily liquefying. Keep an eye on that stress. Probably a second passive vent on the outside might solve that problem actually. Allow me to empty this faster. No, I don't want to blow it back in. Oh my god, I wanted to do that. Right, that'll do for now. Let's go and sort that properly. That's good news. We've already got the first battery fully charged. Right, heavy cable. Actually, before we make the heavy cable, let's see if we've got enough to make the second battery. I don't imagine we have. Oh, just not quite. Okay, no worries. I'll take another 10 heavy cable. We're definitely going to need it. Right, we wanted another door. That's what I was doing the iron for. Actually want 2 doors, but there's just enough copper in there for that, so that will be fine. No, we've only got iron walls in there, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Right, and then the other thing we were going to do is to add a couple more insulated pipe and get a second vent on there. We had iron sheets. Yes, we did. Nice. We used them for the wall, the door even. Right. Okay. Let's go get some more structure put together here. Right. Shut that. Right. And actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. I'm going to put this out here. You've gone crazy. Right. So let's put that vent there. That vent there. Okay, hopefully that will... Oh, what did I do that for? What did I do that? Okay. Hopefully that will allow me to actually vacuum this out without blowing the pipe. We'll see. Okay, stress is not rising. Yeah, I think we're good. Pressure in here is falling. Yeah, okay, good. Nice, right. So we want to put up a couple of doors. We're going to have a door here. I think we'll go with manual doors. I don't know which way this is going to open. It would be really useful if you could tell. No, I really have no idea. I feel like it's going to open the wrong way. Maybe if I turn it that way. Okay, and weld that. That's the way I wanted it to open. No, I did not want to put that away while it's still lit. Okay, fine, that's good enough for both of those. That's kind of what I wanted. Right. Okay, this is definitely coming together in here. Well, I'll just drop that cable. It's over there.
Power low.
Now, this is where I run into problems because of my bad quality wiring earlier. This should have gone up and over. I don't think I've got anywhere near enough to do that. Sling that over there for now. Oh, okay, you go that way then because of the wind. I'm going to get dragged in, aren't I? Yes, I am. Shut that for now. Yeah, I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and run this over the top. So how many will that claw back once I take it from the bottom? Probably 1, 2, 3, 4 segments. We know we've got enough to go across. The question is, can I go up? 1. Oh, I might just about have enough, you know. This is going to be really close. I'm either going to have one too many or one too few. I think we'll find out. Oh, this is kind of tedious. This is why I don't like doing temporary cabling. Now I know I should have enough to go across the ceiling because I had enough to go across the floor and it's the same lateral distance. What I want to do is not get too close into the wall because that will leave me options if I want to route stuff near to the wall later for other reasons. So I'm going to go along the edge of the frame here. Oh good, power critical. Now is a great time not to run out of power, please. I mean, guess I've got other batteries, but I'd really like to finish this. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Actually, I've got even more left over than I thought I was going to have. Not that it's connected, but if it was connected, now it's connected. That's actually decent. That will leave me with enough cable to do the rest of the room. Look at that. Right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Inverter low.
That was close. Much too close, I would say. Right, we need to put another Omni power in here, I think. Too far away from the main base. And this is going to be the main power spine in the end, so that would make some degree of sense. Right, so I'm running this around here because I'm actually going to put a series of transformers around the walls in here. And I'm going to set this up. Got to work out the best way to do this.
Hydration critical.
I actually want to get this in above on some of them and below on others. So I think what I'll probably do is set this up so that it runs across at this. Well, I suppose it's going to go above the door anyway, right? So we'll run it across high along this wall. So any that need to go out ground level can go out through there or into this tunnel and out through the edge along here anywhere we want it to. That should work. In fact, I could probably put, I could put a number of staging points out through there. Maybe I'll put a spine along inside here. That's probably a smart place for it, actually. Along sort of here. Something like this, and then we'll run it up, obviously above the doors, but along here, and then I can run output cables there, but actually I can run the spine right through into the base. I can also branch it and run it outside at some point. I think that's going to work quite nicely. Clearly I need a lot more cable to do that though. I'll leave one there because it's easier just to stack it than have to paint it each time. Right, okay. We probably do need to start thinking about stacking some more batteries in here, although if that one's full, that would suggest the one inside the main hab should be pretty full as well. Of course, that's been running happily and vacuuming inside here, hasn't it, while I wasn't in. Okay. Should have left that, but there we go. Right, we'll leave all those doors open because I want to vacuum this whole internal volume. But you can start to see we're going to have a series of these set up along this side here, one for each power array. So we've got space for initially 3 windmill arrays. We can do more if we need to. We can add a second deck along here and place some further up if we need to. That is an option. Just see how that goes. These will have the main battery stacks will be here. I'm going to build initially 2 stacks of 4 each. That'll take us more or less to the ceiling. I might manage possibly 3, 2, 5 each. No, I think I'll get 4. I think I can get 2 per frame, including cabling. So that would be good. And that will give us obviously the storage capacity. And then I can decommission the one inside the main base. Obviously there's quite a bit of work to do to reroute this green heavy power cable. Now, question is, shut that for a minute, open this. Question is, can I be quick enough to do that and then that? There we go. It can carry on dumping atmosphere for me until it reaches a vacuum. Right, let's go and see how much more heavy cable I can actually make. Let's clear that. Not a lot based on the current amounts of gold in there. Let's see if I can find some more gold. There's a 50 stack there. That's good. And do we have any more copper? Oh, I think I just saw one. I skipped over it. Yep. It's 41. It's not as much as I would like, but if it's all we've got, it's all we've got. No, there's another 50 there. Nice. So the question is it worth attempting? No, because we don't even have any nitrice. I was going to say attempting to run the main. Although gold is a pain to smelt, so I might have to. Yeah, I'm going to have to go get some more nitrice, aren't I? Whether I want to or not. Okay. I'll go do that while that's smelting. There was still some left in the hole over here that I was digging in. Didn't think there was anything left in that one. I can see some. Can I get to it? Oh, turn on. I didn't put you away. Do not really want to be mining on Titan with my jetpack turned on. That is a way to die. Nitrice. You more. No, maybe not. Doesn't look like it, does it? Okay, let's get ourselves out of this hole. Or not. Let's get ourselves deeper into this hole. Come on. Stop it. Dig my way out if I can't do it any other way. Slightly wonder whether... Ooh! Not good. Oh, that may have killed me. Either way, I need to get out of here quite quickly. Right, let's get home. I'm concerned about that red lung damage icon. Let's get inside and see the state of things. Right, where did my... Right, that was not quite the plan. Ooh, burn damage 40%. That's not fatal, but it's not very good. Wonder if I've got healing pills still. I can't remember taking it, so maybe I have.
Oxygen critical.
Whoops, not the fridge. The pill's not in the fridge, you fool. I do still have a healing pill. Okay, I'm going to take that.
Oxygen critical.
That has done absolutely nothing. Oh, I know they changed them, but that's ridiculous. That's supposed to have done something for me. Okay, well,
Oxygen critical.
let's deal with that next. Right, well, that didn't quite go to plan, did it? Now what did I do with the wireless battery? Switch that out. did I swap the wireless battery into? Oh, I swapped it into the mining drill. Right, okay. So let's close that, and put that in there. Move that across there. Actually, I'd be better off putting that in there. And I'll close that one. Because the tablet at 45% will be fine. Do not want to go out and find that my suit is out of power. Right, and that can go... Actually, switch with one of these that's flat. That can go in there. That can go in there. That's good. That's done. That's done. Right, okay. Let's come in here. Oh. That potato plant didn't make it after all. Let's dump the CO2 in here. Hopefully that will at least resolve that problem.
Oxygen critical.
Let's clear that. Right, they're thriving now. There's not a lot of CO2 in here, is there? It's got volatiles in here as well. That's not ideal. Let's fix that. I should give it a bit more CO2. Oh, not very much. I thought I would do more than that. There we go. I mean, I've got to get rid of the pollutants now, but I've got 1% CO2, so, you know. Yeah. Few issues. Let's run this. Probably should put a wireless battery in that, and then I just could leave it going. I can't remember what's left in that pipe, other than obviously whatever crap I've just put into it. Oh, there's actually some oxygen in there. I probably should connect this pipe up to the dirty waste, actually. We've got a connector point there, although I can't remember whether I've disconnected that on the outside, but I could connect it. It would not be a terrible idea. Recover that. That's a useful amount of oxygen in there. And it's cold. Okay. Well, that was overexciting. But I did at least get some nitrites, and I'm not dead. Although I think my lungs are properly mangled. Disappointed with that healing pill. I mean, they used to fully heal you, and I didn't expect that, but I thought if I was only got 40% damage, it might reduce it to 20% damage rather than do absolutely nothing whatsoever. Right. I need food. Probably need water as well.
Oxygen critical.
Yeah, I'm just going to get that every single time I crack my suit open now, aren't I?
Air tank critical.
Right, okay, guess let's go. Better print some more tape. 2% is not going to save me next time, is it? No, not the recycler, the tool printer. Oh my god. Right. I've at least got some copper, so that can go straight in there. couple with one of them there. Not exactly a lot, is it? Gee, that might as well go in as well. How much does that get me? A fair amount. I'm just going to let that run. I'd left that open. Okay. Recycle that 2%. Can't do very much with it, so I may as well. Actually, I wonder whether I can smelt what comes out of here. I wonder what will happen if I put it through there, whether it'll actually smelt it as... No, it treats it as... Even though it's less than 0.01 grams of anything other than iron, it's not pure enough, so... Right, night time. Go in there. Okay. Right. What am I doing? I'm going to go and do some smelting, is what I am doing. Okay. Oh, that's turned on, isn't it? I didn't want to do that. That was a waste. Okay, that might actually be enough. Where did that gold go? There it is. Right. Whilst I've got a hot furnace, I may as well. Right, let's put that in there and that in there. Go and see if there's any other easy smeltables that I can extract. Right, so that will make one of those. Right, not silicon for sure, that needs high temperatures. A bit more gold. Guess we might as well. No more copper though. No. Oh no. Oh, seriously? Well, you can go in that one and be electrically smelted and stop getting that kind of attitude with me, matey. This lot can go through here if there's still enough heat left in that furnace, which there might be. How's it looking? Oh, it's pretty tight. We might just get away with it with a bit of gold. Or we might not. No, I thought that might be enough. Gold's might off gas for me, but it didn't. Okay, I'm going to have to use a little bit more. That nitrite then. There we go. Now we're good. Gee, I don't know why I shut that. We want that to eject as soon as it's done. There we are. Right. Nice. Okay. So actually, that would have been enough to make steel. Just. Don't think we really need... Well, I still don't need any more steel. I've actually used absolutely loads on that construction. It's worth having a look at. Got plenty of iron. Not sure how the coal's holding up, but I've certainly got plenty of iron. That's in there. Yeah, we've only got 50 steel left, actually. Okay, well, let's see what we can do. Got coal. $50, yes. Do it. Do it. Oh, I've actually got loads. Alright. Maybe we'll make a huge batch of steel and not need to make any for a while. That'll do it. Might as well. Yeah, come on, let's do this. How hot is that? Not hot enough, but... Okay, that's not going to be enough. Another one. That's hot enough, but whether it stays hot enough is of course a different question. Much clicking. Right, I'm committed now. I dropped the coal in when I meant to drop the iron. I was going to consider only making a partial batch, but you know, we're doing it now. Yeah, it's definitely going to need more, but I reckon one more maybe. Well, I hope there's only one more, because if it needs two more, I'm stuffed, aren't I? Well, no, two more's okay, but if it needs three, I'm stuffed. Come on. Come on, 900, you can do this. You can do this. No, you can't do this. Okay, well, that's it then. You better do it now. Yay. Okay, that's a large batch of steel. Good, okay, and I've got a semi-hot and dwindling furnace and no more fuel. So really it comes down to, is there anything else I can usefully do with it? Shall I just recover that 40 moles of CO2? I mean, I guess I could probably make a solder batch on the way down. It's probably too low pressure for electrum, even if we had what we needed. But it's definitely not good enough for much else, but it might do some solder. Let's see if I've got another lead. Yeah, let's do it. If I'm going to make solder, I might as well make a load of it. Where's the other one gone? There it is. Give it a go, see what happens. See if I can actually do it in time. Oh, that was wrong. That was the actual lead. That was not what I wanted. Right, let's just put it in and be done with it, otherwise I'm just going to end up mucking about. I think it should just about work. It's going to be close. It might be too cold, but it's done. No, there we are. Go. Nice. Okay, now I think I need to cut my losses and empty that before I end up freezing it. It's only at a couple hundred degrees, so it will actually probably cool the waste tank slightly anyway, so that's no bad thing. Right, I shall walk away and undoubtedly forget that that's still running. In the meantime, at least I've got a bunch of extra alloys, so that's all good. Okay, hopefully we won't run out of solder anytime soon. There's 250 of it there. We've got 450 steel, which will keep me going a little while anyway. Okay, right. And silicon as well. Good. Okay, so I need another frame so I can stack the batteries. Oh, okay. Do you know what? I don't even care what kind of frame it is. I'll take an iron one at this point. Just need a frame to stick around it. It's not staying anyway. Right. What else do I need? I'm going to need some more transformers. I don't have the iron in there for that. Okay, well, let's go back and get going with what we've got. Right, now in theory this should be pretty close to... Oof! Okay, that was indeed a vacuum. Not very good. Twice in one episode. Glad I made the rest of the tape. Right, okay, I wonder what that's done to my lungs. Well, at least it hasn't burnt them because it was indeed a vacuum. But this could be an interesting little challenge now. Because this is now a vacuum and I need to open that and shut the outer door and turn the... okay, well, wish me luck. Phew, done it. Right, okay. Okay, well, slightly more exciting entrance than I had planned, but, you know, job's good. Right, let's... I think I'm going to move that one up here. And then I'm going to run it along there. Give me space for a couple of transformers in that space there. Then we'll go up one to run it above the door. And drop it down one here so that I can mount on the wall here, should I wish to. There we go, and we'll run it along here. Now, let's think about this. Probably want to run it through the wall there. Okay, that's good. I mean, I'm going to still need more because I'm obviously going to want to branch off that to add transformers, but as a basic principle, we've now got a spine running around this room and into the access tunnel ready to be set up. We'll put the transformers around the walls in here for easy access, and we'll run all the outbound cables then. Well, these ones will run up and over for anything that needs to go upwards. I'm not sure what that one necessarily include yet, but some probably will. And then round here, anything that's going down and towards the, want of a better word, the back of the base, the back of the hab, and then around here and onto that wall if I need it, for anything that's running out towards the industrial areas, and we can continue into here if we want to, although I'd prefer to put the transformers there and have them cable out under that wall, just so that all the transformers are neat and tidy in here, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that can go away. Right, now next thing is gonna fit the next battery. Probably should have actually, would have been a smarter plan to keep back some of that heavy cable, because I'm going to end up having to grab some back to connect to this battery. So there we go. Just goes to show planning ahead is in fact not as overrated as I sometimes think. Let's leave those steel sheets in here. We're bound to need them. Yeah, I mean, I guess I figured out the routing. I'm going to leave the end of that because actually that's where I want to be able to see where that comes out the other side. We'll just snip some out in the middle for now. Might be enough. Probably won't be, but it might be. That's going to go down there. And it's going to go there. And it's going to go there. And come around this side. It's actually quite difficult to see because of where I've put the stupid transformer, but there we go. That's my own fault. Let's snip a bit out of there for a minute. And then grab that. And then we're going to run that one up there. And, I thought I had one more than I did, didn't I? I'm an idiot. Alright, well, we'll snip one out of there. And then we'll snip... I'm going the wrong way. What am I doing? I've gone crazy. Right, and then we'll snip out 1, 2, 3 more out of there. Don't know how many more cables that means I'll need to make, but some is the answer. Then we're going to go 1, we're going to go 2. There we are, and that's ready for the next one when we mount it up there. And boom. There we go. Now we've got 2 batteries over here. Plus the one still inside the hab that's still functioning for now. So we've now got 3 batteries worth of storage capacity, which is good. And then obviously we've also got this buffer battery here to cope with the wind turbine array if we do have a storm event. And since I don't quite understand what's going on with the weather, that seemed a prudent plan. Right. Okay, we're probably getting close to time. I've dinged myself up quite a lot this episode. I am going to go back inside. I'm going to go through here. I'm going to shut that down because I think that's done its job. We're now at vacuum, which is how I wanted it. Obviously, we'll lose the vacuum in the airlock when we come through, but that's fine. We actually could set this. Could set that to actually run that as a vacuum. Yeah, we could probably turn this on now. exterior, interior, exterior, interior. Okay. And this might prevent an accident the next time, you never know. Let's test it. That's at 4% damage. I'm surprised that's at 4% from overpressure already. Okay, we need to keep an eye on that. Let's just check that this behaves as expected. Looks good so far, should depressurize us to 0. Nice, that's not actually quite at 0, is it?
Power low. Temperature critical.
But it's so close to 0 that just doing that... Oh no, that has not fixed it.
Low pressure.
Thought that would be enough. Okay. Alright, we might need to do this again, but... I'm guessing probably some volatiles evaporated off the ground. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, isn't it? We know the solution to that one, don't we? Well, that's made it kind of warm. That wasn't quite what I wanted, but, you know.
Pressure critical.
We are going to need to pressurise this properly, I think.
Low pressure.
It's too unstable in a vacuum with the way the airlocks are here. Yeah, 300 degrees, that's just too much. Don't want to waste my suit waste tank into here though. Okay, well, we'll live with it for now. It's not going to cause any specific problems. Very low pressure, very hot. It'll keep the battery charged, but okay. I won't be unsuiting in there anytime soon, put it that way. Right, we should probably move the coal generator in there at some point. No, I want to see, yes, good, that's where I wanted that to come out. And in fact, let's be smart now and remove that wall. Good, okay. So at some point, we are going to fill this frame. Before we do, I'm going to run that either through there or through here or possibly through the seam at the top, and I'm undecided which, but clearly this frame needs to be filled because if I take that one out to open up the entrance right now, that's going to be a bad thing. Anyway, right. I didn't forget that I left this running, so that should be empty by now. It is. Let's turn that off. Do seem to be in a better state with power at the moment, but that said, I can't remember whether I ever reactivated this drill after I had to shut it down. Oh no, I did. Okay, we're good. Yeah, no, we're good. All of this lot's running fine, I think. One. Yep. Okay. Nice. Okay, let's check the state of things in here. I may well end up needing to do the trick I did earlier and let some cold in, but yes, I'm going to have to. 64 is a lot better than the 100 and whatever it was before though, so that's fine. I'm very surprised that there is liquid in that pipe. Oh, nitrous, okay. Damn. I'm going to have to deal with nitrous. Right, short-term fix, however. reverse these, because this one is not doing anything, I don't think, unless this is miraculously... No, it's not. Right, that should at least end up with the nitrous ending up in there, and not in there. It's hardly any, but I'd rather just get rid of it than have it collecting. Right, what's the temperature going on in there? That's at 56, so that is still cooling. How's this pipe here looking? It's at minus 27, so yeah, possibly need to give that a chance to do its thing, really. Right, okay, I'm going to dump some more cold atmosphere in here for a second. In a not very controlled way at all. And then once the temperature settles out a bit, yeah, this end is, as I would expect, hotter because it's where the gas tanks are and they're obviously retaining the heat. How are we looking? Yeah, ridiculously, this is turned on the heater at this end because it thinks it's too cold here. But at this end, where the tanks are, although the temperature's still dropping, so that's good. Hopefully the temperature in these is dropping. Yes. There's nothing in that one. This is the key one, really. It's the largest single volume we've got. Oh, good. Right. Yeah, there's not so much in there, so it's cooling faster. Okay. Settling down. So this is at 22 degrees, so if we can keep it at 22 degrees, or not too far off, I think the system can probably adjust from here. Although it might help if I could reduce the volume of gas in the room a little bit, because the pressure's getting a bit high. The plan was to keep this at something like 100 kPa. I don't mind it being 140, 150 even, but 180 is quite a bit higher than we want it, so that's still far too hot to turn any of this back on. Not that we've got any CO2 anyway. What's the hot line like? Oh, the dirty line like 77 degrees. Okay, but falling again, so and then that's obviously driven by this. Is this even running? It's generating very little now. No, it's actually still going. Okay, I think this is just backed up now. Might even turn that off for a bit rather than it just trickle feeding heat in. Don't think that will burst. I think it will just stop going. No, it's ticking up. $273. What's it? 283. What's this set to? 35. Okay. It's not making a huge difference, honestly. Okay, well maybe what I'll do for now is actually just turn that off, let it run the pressure down, and we'll clear what's in the pipes. Because most of our CO2 is currently tied up either hot in there or warm in there. And that warm in there is not unreachably far from being able to be brought under control. Right, that's down to 100 kPa, so that's probably a good time to turn that off. It's a bit higher at this end of the room, but okay, that's at 58. Should start to cool down anyway. Alright, I shall just leave that to do its thing. I think all the nitrous is in there now. Yes, it is. At least that's taken care of the nitrous anyway. Yeah. Okay, that's cooling at 0.1 degrees every couple of seconds. It's going to take a while to drop the rest of the... It needs to go about 50 degrees before it's actually usable. But the temperature in this room is staying a lot more stable, so I think we're good. There's an argument for allowing a bit more cold in and actually dropping the temperature too low. Perhaps we'll do that for a minute. Just let one little blast in. So if that settles out at say 10 degrees, that will make a big difference to how quickly that stuff cools. There we go. Alright, that looks decent. Yeah, it's down a couple of degrees already. Alright. Hopefully that will all spring back to life soon enough. This is now generating almost zero power, but that's okay. Just let that just consume its way through. Stupid thing's turned on because it's too cold now, but I suspect that won't take too long to sort itself out. Yeah, right, let's go. There's nothing to be gained by standing and watching it. Definitely need a better system for dealing with heat spikes, though. That's a bit insane. Right, let's go back inside, eat and drink, and then that seems like a pretty good spot to end the episode, to be honest. Not least because if I go much longer, I'll probably just end up smacking into something again and destroying the rest of my suit. I probably need to make a new one soon. Right, let's make the greenhouse a bit happier, giving it some CO2. Go.
Hunger caution.
Not very much CO2, but a little bit. Okay, power's looking good though. Given that we know the other two batteries are charged as well and hardly drawing, this is the main battery and it's nearly full. Now I suspect a lot of that is probably from the coal generator running, but once we've got it stored, yeah, that's the coal generator. When it drops like that and then kicks in, that's the way that's set, but at least it's now stored as electrical power and ready to use.
Oxygen critical.
Yeah, I know, you've knackered your lungs, you're an idiot. Sucks to be you. Right, drink that. Guess I may as well eat another potato. Have to plant some more potatoes soon, but I can't really do that until I've got my CO2 back on stream. I think I just got overconfident. I was so close to having that problem resolved. Moved on to worrying about the next problem. We still have too many plants growing, or had too many plants growing. Well, I think we still do, honestly. Quite tempted to harvest these soybeans. As long as everything's at least seeded before I harvest it, and I keep the results in the fridge. I'm going to make this into oil anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's slightly decayed. Put that in a new stack though, because I don't want to end up decaying the whole stack to 22%. I'm not completely convinced that's not what would happen. Okay, how is it looking in here? It's not looking good in here, is it? Let's be real. But there we go, there's not much to be done, to be honest, until the gas processing annex cools down. There we go. Right, anyway, I think I'm going to call time there. So a bit more progress, not as much as I'd hoped. A lot of smacking myself off sharp objects. But there we go. Thanks to Titan's atmosphere for that. But at least the electrical substation is kind of semi-cabled now, and it's starting to come together. We can start to see what's going on through there. Hopefully some gas will come back on stream shortly, and we at least avoided complete crop failure marginally. So there we go. So in the meantime, I hope to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.